Hello, everyone, and thanks, Moran, for inviting us to present our solutions today. As you certainly immediately hear, I'm not a native speaker in English, so I hope you'll forgive me and that I remain understandable. I'm working since 9 years now for the company Panthea, which corresponds almost to its birth because we are celebrating the 10 years of the company this summer. Yeah, I joined it almost from the beginning. I'm in charge of maybe in some other sectors we would call it like a sales force or a commercial part, but also marketing. However, I'm also closely involved in project management because many things we do is not just selling existing things, but trying to define solutions and design solutions together with our partners. So certainly you're curious because you're here today to learn more about what we offer. So, as I mentioned, Panthea exists since 10 years, but in fact, it has a longer story because Panthea was created as a fusion of two companies existing before, one based in Paris, another one based in Berlin. So, as you see, we have from the very beginning a European dimension, and I'd say it's a bit part of our DNA. And we come from theater performance. So we are not like hardware resellers or providers. Our starting point was really offering what we call subtitles at the time, and we developed an offer extending nowadays to also what in I think in Ireland you are more or what the word you use more is captioning, and this we started working on almost since the creation of Panthea, because before we were mainly involved in going on tour with performances that went abroad and need to be understood in different languages. So like a company from Italy traveling to Spain or France needed what we call subtitles. And this was what our company offered, which is translating, of course, but also a part which is linked to it is designing the titles, because you can't put all the text during the performance to read. That would be awful, I think, and very, very distracting. So it's always a balance to find between a concise way to offer the people in the audience a possibility to follow the show, still having the feeling to understand it without having to read all the time on a screen placed somewhere around there. By the way, as I mentioned, placed somewhere around there, that's maybe in the history of subtitling, why we made a difference between subtitling and surtitling, because as you certainly know in movies or on TV, subtitles are on the bottom of the screen. Surtitles most of the time are offered above stage. This is one difference. The other difference between subtitles and surtitles we make is that subtitles you have to design them once, and then the movie or the documentary on TV won't change anymore, so it's fixed. Subtitles are more dynamic and changing process because it breathes, so to say, with the performance, which also means that you need an operator to make this happen and to have someone who takes care to trigger the titles you designed in advance in order to display them at the right rhythm, making sure you don't spoil anything or you're not too much behind. So basically, we started from there 10 years ago, offering subtitles. And one major issue we had at the time was that there was no real software corresponding to our needs. So we had a look, we benchmarked, and maybe some remember of the time with using PowerPoint, or maybe nowadays there are still a few people I'm in touch with using PowerPoint. It was a quite frustrating situation. That's why we decided when the German and French company decided to gather their forces to start developing our own software, really corresponding to our to our needs. So yeah, maybe I was talking. I didn't made use of my PowerPoint displaying now, but here you have an illustration of I'd say, very classical in the sense it almost reminds of a painting, subtitle situation. In this case, it's an opera in the north of France. Just in order to help people to understand what is a song. So we developed this software, and maybe I give you a little overview. Actually, it's evolving a lot, but the interface has not changed so much since the beginning, but we added a lot of features. At least our dev team made some wizard magical work to extend in the past years a lot what is possible nowadays with this software. And the moment we launched the software was quite close to the moment, maybe some of you remember of that, when Google offered for the first time Google Glasses. And it was an interesting moment because I think you will all agree, or those who remember, that it was quite a flop. I don't know if you say flop in English, but yeah, it wasn't a success because they thought they would have a new hardware for the masses, maybe replacing our smartphones. This did not happen, and at a personal level, I'm quite happy it did not happen. But the glasses had the benefit of opening new perspectives on our work, and the possibilities the possibility to offer not simply the subtitles like on this image displayed visible for everyone, but it opened the possibility to display it on multiple devices. So basically, you can connect it to an LED screen, which maybe some of you know, or video projectors, which are still in use at the moment in many theaters, on TV monitors, but also on some individual devices like smartphones and smart glasses, like the Google glasses I've just mentioned. And this possibility to use or present the content we have on different displays on at an individual basis led us to reflect more on a topic which certainly is interesting for you, or at least for Morin, I know, because the topic or one of your topic is to make arts more accessible for deaf people. So what it basically allowed is to have different columns, as you can see here. Here it's what in this example it's different languages, English and French, but we can extend it without limits and prepare different tracks for the same performance, so that one operator can trigger and display as well titles visible for everyone, or subtitles as we would call it, and or open captions if you wish to have them open, which is of course possible, but also the possibility to present closed captions either on screens if you wish to do so, or on individual devices. Smartphones are an easy possibility, but smart glasses has the benefits that you can really follow what happens on stage and have the indications you need. So I think I guess you all know what captions are, but it's like titles enriched with some more information about, for instance, music, noise elements, which are important for the dramaturgy, or simply to allow deaf people to know who actually is speaking, because if you have quick dialogues, it's not that easy for them, or it can even be really tricky. So this software has really been developed with these ideas in mind, and also with all the experience we have in the field. It's used by many partners in Europe and beyond, sometimes just for simple subtitles, sometimes for more complex settings. What I'd like to stress is really the fact that it's not simply a tool to project text, but we put a lot of thoughts and love in it, gathering the experience from the field. And as we also operate ourselves many performances, of course, we are in touch every day with our operators, so they help us improving the tool. This software, I think Moran already presented it on the ADAT's web page. It exists as in a cloud version, so software as a service. So you can almost create an account and start within a couple of minutes. There's a desktop version available. It's a license model we propose. We have some agreements with Moran about that. So feel free to get in touch with her, and you will find a knowledge database and with video tutorials to help you for the first steps. I think it's quite intuitive for simple use, and of course, if you have more complex setups, you can always get in touch with us, and this is a point, or I think one reason why so many partners in Europe trust us, because they know it's not just a software enterprise based somewhere in the cloud, but real people taking care and interested in the topic. Yeah, so this is just a quick overview of the software. Our aim is at Panthea, or we consider the software like as the heart of our system, but what we'd like is really to be able to offer all the bricks you may need without obliging anyone to use our systems or solutions. You can really choose corresponding to your wishes and needs, what in which terms you want us to intervene. So what I'd say is, or what I'd like to say is, if you need some help to translate something, we are there. If you need some help to operate something, we are there. If you need some hardware to display titles, we are there, but you can use our hardware without our software. You can use the software without our hardware. So it's not a take it or leave it proposal. It's really flexible, and we are just keen to provide as many resources as possible. And it's, as I think already mentioned, it's evolving because we are talking about arts, and artists have great imagination, and often coming to us with new ideas or new challenges, and it keeps us alive and reflecting about how to optimize what you do. I get back to this image, so it's just a short presentation. Just to add to what you see here is tablets, smartphones, smart glasses, which are We can propose with a Wi-Fi system or in a more classical way LED screens. One point I didn't mention, but which what is also possible now is to have pre-recorded sign language videos and pre-recorded audio description tracks. So there are quite a lot of possibility for one operator to trigger different content. Yeah. Um, as you may know, I think it certainly was mentioned in the invitation you got from Lauren. We developed a solution around LED screens adapted for our use case. The fact being that LED screens you can find quite a lot of providers. We try to define the object corresponding to theater needs. So what you see here is on this image is a flight case we designed for touring. So having all in one in the flight case, and in order to be independent if you travel from one venue to another, and you have everything in there, which what you can need to display subtitles in a smooth way. And maybe some of you noted that we mentioned invisible hanging system, where no magicians, but we try to design a solution as aesthetic and discreet as possible. So you can see on this image, it's really designed to fit also into or in accordance with stage design, because we know our experience is that many directors, when you talk about captioning or subtitling, are a bit afraid of the incidence, the impact on the stage design. So we try to offer possibilities to do it in a nice way. So this is a bigger screen. Actually, it's 1 meter high, so it's quite for a big venue. We also have smaller screens, like if you want to put them on the side for just for captions, for instance. These are 25 centimeters high, as mentioned, so quite not invasive. Do you say that invasive? Yeah, yeah. Here a couple of examples. It's quite close to what I've just projected before, and we also offer tailor-made solutions. In that case, tailor-made, as you see, it's the same theater actually. On the photos, in one case we made a white screen because it was nicer in the background. The other is black because at that place it's not visible there, but it made sense. It's different hanging systems because we had different situations. So these are all things we can have a look together with you and try to define design that suits you. So yeah, I've already mentioned a lot here, just to illustrate it again. Our accessibility tools, which offers a way to have different content addressing to different needs, and our vision, or you can call it maybe utopia, but is at one point to have I'd say in a theater, in a venue in Ireland, attending to performance in English or in Irish, as you wish, um, uh, um, sitting next to next people, maybe coming from Italy, one deaf person, one blind person, one person who maybe is a bit older and cannot hear so well. We can also imagine a track for that, and in some circumstances, we also make like a simple version for younger children, or for people for whom reading is represents a bigger effort, and they can get it via glasses, smartphones, or whatever. Then just in order to impress, but no, it's just a joke. It's just an extract. You can find all this on our website. There are really many theaters and companies. We work close together with, and it's also important for us that you will see we have big opera houses. We are working, for instance, with the Royal Opera and Ballet in London, but also smaller companies. And for instance, when defining the pricing for the software, it was really important for us to offer something affordable for everyone and every kind of need, and not just addressing the big venues. And here you see the word partner. It's really we mean it as it said, like it's not clients. We really try to evolve together and improve things together. And you can find us, unfortunately, not in Ireland, except if you address to Moran, but we're based in both Paris and Berlin and traveling a lot. So maybe some of you already encountered us somewhere. I don't know. We don't make a big publicity of every show we take part in, but quite a lot. And I hope I'm still in time. And I say thank you for your attention, and I'm waiting for your questions.
Thanks, Ilya. That was really interesting. Just before we do the questions and I stop the recording, if you can track the slides back to the software one, I just want to mention, Ilya mentioned that. So I have a demo account. So if any of you want to kind of see a live demo, we can change colors together. We can try different texts and different setups. Get in touch with me. And then the details on how to get licensed for a period of time or for a few performances is on our website. And then for the hardware side, clearly we can't hire equipment from Berlin. But if your venue is thinking about purchasing open captioning or closed captioning equipment, get in touch with us or directly with Ilya. The details are on the ADI website.